Counter punch boxing. Hello YouTube, we are back. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you're a return guest, thank you. I think we're about to hit like 3 million views, so the channel's growing. But look, let's get to it. I'm going to show you a little bit of video. I had the opportunity to spend time with Canelo 8-9 months ago, year ago, whatever, and I'll show you the video. I'll show you a couple of random videos while we're talking. Right now, it's breaking news. A couple days ago, there's some new developments today, and we're going to go over them. Basically, Nevada State Athletic Commission Bob Bennett filed a formal complaint, which a lot of you I'm sure have heard by now, but we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that means. I'm going to hit play real quick. Random video for you guys, but right here Canelo's like praying with these people. Look, back then, when I spent about a day, 2 days with Canelo, and back then, even in the back of my mind, I wondered about the PEDs. It was right before the Chavez fight, and I look at them here in the video you're looking at, and I don't know. Look at him now, completely different. The demeanor has changed, right? Just his eyes, his personality, the way he talks, his hairline. I mean, he even has like a receding hairline now. Look, them PEDs, they take a toll on the body, okay? Say no to drugs, people. Say no to all you Canelo fans. I know you're in denial, and it does suck. I mean, look, I'm a fan of boxing. Like, I sympathize with you. Okay, it does suck. I mean, if Canelo-Ggg, if he tested positive, I'd be devastated. Devastated. Okay, people accuse me of being like a Golovkin fanboy and a Canelo hater. It's not true. Simply not true. Okay, I'm a fan of boxing. That's all it is. Okay, Nevada State Athletic Commission Bob Bennett, like I said, filed a formal complaint. The complaint was signed 3 days ago actually, made public Thursday. Today is Friday. Okay, Friday the 30th or 31st. I don't know, somewhere we're into the month. Friday. So now, according to well-connected people, this is the nail in the coffin. All right. Now, I'm passing along what I've heard from people that Dan Raphael, Steve Kim, the upper, tier of boxing media. Okay, the straighten your tie, I'm fancy, I'm Mr. Important boxing media people, and then the little nobodies like me. Okay. I've heard it everywhere, okay, that the fight is canceled. Now, whenever the commission, like I said, when they file a formal complaint, that's it. And I'm going to read you a little bit of the complaint in just a minute. Here, let's get this off Canelo. Let's go to here. I was hanging out with a good friend of mine, Juan Diaz, the dude that fought Marquez. Shout out. He actually watches the channel. We'll watch a little bit of these kids spar. This is for the Golden Gloves, by the way. I was invited here to watch these kids and give them a little bit of exposure by that man right there, Juan Diaz. So that's me behind his shoulder talking, but you can't hear it. But anyway, okay, now, look, there is a slight possibility this could be the commission trying to save face, right? Basically, they might be trying to follow the proper procedure, just to, to make themselves look like they're doing what they should be doing, but maybe, wishful thinking, I don't know, right? Okay, to me, like I said, it looks like it's a done deal. It looks like the fight will be canceled. And again, it is extremely rare for the commission to issue a complaint against a fighter for doping violations and for the fighter to go unpunished and the fight to go on, right? Like I said, in case you've been living under a rock, Canelo popped dirty on the 17th and the 20th, okay? There were 2 tests, the A and the B, okay? Both tests dirty, right? We've talked about it on the channel, contaminated beef. We're not going to get into it. Go back and listen to my other videos and people talking all that nonsense. They really need to do their homework, okay, on clenbuterol, okay? And as Max Kellerman says, it's for losing weight as he desperately tries to, save the cash cow for HBO. It's not. Go listen to people like Victor Conte, people that actually know what they're talking about. It gets rid of unwanted fat, okay, and adds lean muscle, increases, the oxygen flow in your body dramatically, increases stamina, you name it. I'm not going to give you a class on clenbuterol, but I'm tired of hearing people talk about, oh, it's a weight loss drug. That doesn't make any sense. Well, really? Canelo moved up because he had trouble making weight. Okay, we know Canelo had a catch weight. I mean, according to him, if you go by that original 155 catch weight, with Angulo and Irizlandi Lara and Kirkland and all of them had to follow, it was because Canelo couldn't make the weight according to him, so they come up with a catch weight because it gets, okay, but it doesn't make any sense that he's, taking a diet pill. So either way you look at it, right? It doesn't matter how you slice the apple, guilty, 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 right? That's it, So, now, here's the thing. Okay, April 10th, that's when Canelo will appear in front of the commission, but they're giving him an option of April 10th or the 18th. Okay, now, to me, it would look a lot better if he basically just walked in there on the 10th, 9 a.m. sharp. Johnny on the spot, lawyers behind him, with a stack of paperwork that proves he's an innocent man. Okay, that's what he needs to do. Now, I don't know if it'll happen. We don't know. But, like I said, the commission filing that report, I mean, I'm devastated. I was an advocate. I wanted the fight. A lot of people out there, they wanted to see Golovkin go on and unify and things like that. I did too. Of course I did. Of course I did. But at the same time, oh, hang on, let me get that off here. At the same time, I wanted both. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, hang on. Let me click over on my screen here. I'm going to read you this right here. Okay, now, it says, and you can actually go to our group, Counterpunch Boxing, and read the same thing. And we're live, people. We're live. Okay. Executive Director for the Athletic Commission of the Department of Business and Industry, State of Nevada, complains the disciplinary action against Saul Canelo Alvarez as follows, okay? And I'll just read a little bit. At all times relevant to the complaint, Alvarez was an unnamed combat and professional boxing contestant, blah, 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 blah. Let me get to the good stuff here, okay? There's like 8 pages. Like I said, you guys can come over to our group and read it. On February 6, 2018, Golden Boy Promotions submitted a program permit request to the commission to promote a professional boxing event on May 5th, okay, featuring a main event contest between Canelo and Gennady Golovkin. On February 14, 2018, at the public meeting, the commission granted the request of program, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and basically they go on to say that right here on the 17th, there were 2 separate tests, basically by urinalysis, and both, he tested positive for both. I mean, this is like an official document here. I mean, this is like when you get court papers. I mean, I'm looking at this like I'm sweating. I don't like going to court. But now, one important thing I want to tell you here. Let me get off this stupid video here. Let's see. Here you go. There, you guys can watch me back in the day. This is how I used to do my channel right here. I'm about to get back into it. But okay, VADA changed the language in their rules, okay? And this is something important you guys need to listen to. Okay, VADA, basically in 2016, they changed the verbiage in their rules that allows, in quotations, right, wiggle room, okay? Meaning that it talks about if a boxer, if he accidentally, takes a steroid or a PED unknowingly, whatever, that, the discipline or the what do you call it? The punishment, right, can be anywhere from a fine to, a 6-month or a 2-year suspension, whatever. But, it says in there, wiggle room, right? If you unknowingly ingest a PED, there's wiggle room. So what does that tell me? What does that tell me? That if Canelo can prove in any way, shape, or form, and like I said in my other video, all he needs to do is go back to the restaurant where he got the meat, have a chef, come up, be the sacrificial lamb, have the chef come up and say, hey, I went and I bought it from here, and they're known for this, they're known for the whatever, do a little, PI, do a little investigative, work, whatever you got to do to get your boy off the hook. That's what they need to do. So if he, like I say, and I talked about it in my other video, if he goes in there and, just as contaminated, if he doesn't bring anything new to the table, it is a wrap. Okay, now you have guys like Dan Raphael, Steve Kim. Like I said, these guys are almost like putting their reputation on it that the fight will be canceled. So, if you want my opinion, maybe you guys come here for my opinion. I don't know. You're bored, whatever. I don't know why you come here. I don't know. I'm not that good. I don't know why. But, what I think personally, I think it will be canceled. I really do. And if it's not canceled, I think Canelo's going to back out. Because look, what does Canelo do? And I said it before. What does he do when he's backed into a corner? You know, he runs. He gets mad. You know, look at the whole ordeal with the WBC. What did he do? He vacated the belt after Miguel Cotto. What it was 2015, 2016 November. You know, wins the WBC, vacates. Right. You know, what does he do? He runs. He runs. Right. You know, it doesn't matter what happens. He runs. Okay. In the ring, outside of the ring, you name it. You know, so, you know, and here's another thing. Now, I was watching a video, and I don't know how to say the name of the channel, Artorius, whatever. It's got the big fist. Great channel. I really like it. You know, it's become one of my go-to channels that I really enjoy. They do good work over there. I wish I could think of the right name. It's like Artorius. I know they lean towards Canelo, but that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Like I said, we're not biased around here. It's okay. But on that channel, they were talking about the Mexican community and their reaction to the whole situation, and I don't really see any apologists for Canelo. Now, one question I have to all the YouTube media, to all the media out there, you know, people that in the beginning, you know, doubted that Canelo was actually on or testing positive. You know, what do you say now, right? What do you have to say? I mean, look, kind of like Paulie Malignaggi said, how in the world can you look at Canelo and look at the chain of events, right? Connect the dots. How can you connect the dots and be an intelligent boxing, you know, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, reporter, whatever these people are. How can you not find him guilty? You know, I mean, you just look at his body alone, you know, the injection. I just don't understand it. You know, to me, you know, and I understand it being fair and you know, and it's like innocent until proven guilty. And I'm a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty. But in this situation, you know, isn't the test proof, right? Like, what, you know, I mean, you know, yeah, the built-in excuse, you know, contaminated beef. But to me, that's, you know, you know, just get out of here with that crap. But yeah, you know, I might leave it at that. I just wanted to come on here and talk about the violation that Bob Bennett filed. I mean, that, like I said, nail in the coffin. That is the nail in the coffin. I'm reading it right now as I talk to you guys. Hang on a second. There's a part down here where they go over, you know, the possible, you know, different, you know, punishments that they might hand out. And I think that the lowest would be, you know, the $250,000 fine. Now, also, Canelo is required to pay for the investigation because, look, they're going to have 5 people, okay? The Nevada State Athletic Commission will have either 4 or 5 members, and Canelo will appear in front of all of them, and then they all vote innocent or guilty. You know, it's just like going to court, and you've got a jury, and they vote innocent or guilty, right? You know, it's no different than going to court. You know, so we'll see. And to me, like I said, it all depends on what he brings to the table. Now, a lot of you out there are claiming that they're going to pay people off. They're going to bribe people. It's possible, you know, possibility. 118, 110, Adelaide Bird, right? You know, if anytime you ever doubt corruption in boxing, you know, watch Pacquiao, Jeff Horn, or just Google 118, 110. You know, anytime you ever doubt corruption in boxing. So, I don't know, people. Let me leave it at that. I wanted to do a quick update. And, you know, a lot of you ask, why do I always talk about Gennady Golovkin and Canelo? Well, the plain and simple reason is, you know, we talk about what's interesting on the channel, right? I mean, do you want to hear about, I don't know, Charlo? No. You want to hear about Pacquiao? No. Do you want to hear about Lucas Matisse? No. Although I'm going to make videos about it, but you know, I try to bring you guys the interesting, you know, topics, right? The breaking news. I mean, that's what the channel is really about. So, you know, so hopefully you understand. So, all right, guys, leave it below. What do you think?